Let us now look at the important definitions of the term tort. These definitions are important because you may frequently come across questions about these definitions. The word tort originates from Latin and Old French. In Latin, the word tortum meant something that was twisted or wrong. The Latin word tortum evolved into the Old French word tort, which also meant a wrong or an injury. The most important definition of tort is obviously the legal definition given in the Limitation Act. Salmond said that a tort is a civil wrong for which the remedy is a common law action for unliquidated damages, and which is not exclusively the breach of a contract or the breach of a trust, or the breach of other merely equitable obligation. This definition is important because this tort is a civil wrong which is not exclusively breach of contract or breach of trust, is the basis of the legal definition of tort under the Limitation Act. This definition is also important because it clarifies that the remedy for a tort is unliquidated damages, and this aspect is usually asked about in various exam MCQs. Winfield said that tortious liability arises from the breach of duty primarily fixed by law. This duty is towards persons generally, and its breach is redressable by an action for unliquidated damages. This definition is important because it clarifies that every person may have a duty towards all other persons to act or not act in a specific manner, and that duty may be primarily fixed by law. And the breach of that duty leads to a tort being committed. For example, it is the legal duty of every driver to be attentive and to drive carefully. If a person breaches that duty and causes injury or damage to any other person, a tort is committed, and the injured person may claim unliquidated damages. In his book, The Law of Torts, Hugh Fraser defines a tort as an infringement of a person's right in rem. You may remember that there are two types of rights: rights in rem, that is, rights against the world, and rights in personam, that is, rights against a specific person. You have a right in rem against all persons, against all other road users, that you should be able to use a public road safely. This right imposes a legal duty on all other road users, all other drivers, that they should drive with due care. And if any driver drives negligently and causes injury to you or damages to your property, then your right in rem has been violated and you can sue for damages. This definition is important because you will see questions which are asking whether a tort is an infringement of a right in rem or a right in personam. When we summarize all of these definitions, it is clear that a tort is a civil wrong, which is not a breach of a contract or a breach of trust, and the tort is addressable by an action for unliquidated damages.